5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Quiz Night America. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. My name is Cullen Shaw, and we have 4 rounds of trivia coming your way. So normally I have my good friend Jason Letterman with me, but he's got the night off. So welcome my good friend Joe to the show. He is going to be today's co-host. And Joe, I'm gonna bring you up here right now. I guess I'm bringing everybody up right now because I don't know how to work buttons. But Joe, welcome to the show. It's been a while since I've seen you. In fact, I think it's been over a year, right?
Well, I think the last time we saw each other might have been September. But before that, it had been a while.
To see you where I've been able to give you a hug.
Yes, indeed.
That's how I view that. Yeah, it's been a year. So Joe Abrams is a longtime trivia host with NYC Trivia League, and maybe the most popular trivia host in New York City. I don't know, but that's in terms of Joe. You ran a night on Tuesdays at the Belfry, which is our flagship bar with NYC Trivia League. We hope to get back there. And you can't get a seat there on a Tuesday night, and people love to play trivia there. It's one of the most popular trivia nights in New York City, hosted by Joe. So Joe, how are you? How's your COVID adventure going?
COVID has been quite the roller coaster ride. What with leaving my old job 2 months beforehand at Trader Joe's. And going back to school, that's been the big thing since COVID started. And that's going very well, though, fortunately. Other than that, though, I am trying to get into line for a vaccine, hopefully, at some point. And looking forward to meeting people in person once again.
Excellent. Yeah, I hear that. So our first guest today, I would like to welcome Denise to the show. Hello, Denise.
Hello.
And when I knew Joe was joining the show, I wanted to find somebody that has played at a lot of Joe's nights, and that'd be you, Denise. So you are a member of a team called the Blue Shells, a Mario reference to those that have never been at the receiving end of a blue shell. And Denise works in book publishing and just happens to have been on a show called Jeopardy, and happens to be really, really quite good at trivia. The Blue Shells are always in the. I think every time I look at the results of Trivia Night, the Blue Shells are in the top 10, often in the top 3. So Denise, how are you? How's your trivia life going? How's your life going?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Trivia life is probably better than regular life, if that's a kind of a terrible thing to say, but it has been kind of the one sustaining thing throughout this whole pandemic. I got like a Facebook memory just today of like the blue, trivia gets canceled, the Blue Shells hop on Facebook Messenger chat and start putting on stupid filters and things. Then I think a week later, you guys pulled it all together, and we were online playing trivia and have been ever since that day. So It's kind of become one of those things where it was always something I looked forward to every week, and now it's 3 times a week, and it's just been a very kind of constant throughout everything going on. So it's been fantastic.
Awesome. I'm curious. So you can't see now, those viewing this, but behind Denise is quite a bookshelf. I see all kinds of figures and lots of books up there. What are you reading currently, or in your life? Do you read 7 things at once?
I do tend to do that. Like I tend to I have become a huge devotee of my Libby account, which is like my ebook library lending. So, the second I am down to 2 or 3 books, it's like, oh, 4 or 5 new books. And so I'm always constantly like deflecting and having to read something, 18 minutes before it's due to fly off my my Kindle. So I kind of live on the reading edge. Right now I think I'm reading Parable of the Sower, which I'd never read before. I'd never read any Octavia Butler before, but it's very apt for this moment. It's one of those kind of like hits a bit too close to home books. And yeah, that's what I'm reading like at the moment. I have a bunch of things on the docket that are just about to enter the fold, but I'm usually reading 2 or 3 or 4 things at once.
Yeah. And how much of your reading is for enjoyment versus for
for work?
For work.
Yeah. I read
how often do you reach for a title because you want to read it, and how often of every 10 books, how many are for you?
In terms of what I read like recreationally, it's all for me because I read so much for work too. What I do is like I do a lot of reading for my boss, who is a literary agent. So, we're getting all sorts of things. Some are great, some are not great. And we just have to be considering like what we want to represent and things like that. So sometimes you need it as like a palate cleanser from the stuff that is not great. Yeah. Or, you read something that is fantastic and then it just spurs you to find like more things like that. But everything I read outside of work is like, I try to like divide those things. Although working in book publishing makes you like a bad reader because you're just like, I would have said not to do this. Like I would have done this differently, but you can't do anything about it. So
yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll talk Jeopardy at the break. But Joe, I believe that you brought a friend to the game as well. Can you introduce our 4th member tonight?
Yes, everyone. This is Amy Fess.
Hey!
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've been dealing with this quarantine?
Well, you and I met each other because we worked at Trader Joe's, and I stayed working at Trader Joe's through the pandemic, which was a lot. But during the pandemic, I got even closer with my sisters, and we have a podcast together. 2 of the 3 of us, well, there are 4 Fess sisters, and 3 of us are on this podcast. And we really got going pretty recently because quarantine beat us down, and we're like, you know what, we gotta uplift ourselves, and there's nothing that makes us happier than being done with each other on this podcast. So
That's true. That definitely sounds like a lot of fun. What's the podcast called?
It is called Fess Up. It is a comedy podcast that is all about hilarious conversation starting questions that we come up with on the regular and just ask each other and have weird conversations about them.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, I think I got lucky to avoid the Trader Joe's nightmare that was quarantine time.
You don't want to work at a grocery store in the middle of a pandemic. That is too much. But I am vaccinated. So
all right.
Thank you.
I know. I feel we're just slowly getting there.
I know, right?
Exciting. Well, welcome, Amy. You have been a lot of love in the chat already. We've got some lots of Amy, some love, some Fess Up. So you have some fans here today. The Fess Up podcast. Friends, it happened there, and we have anybody in the chat. So feel free to use the Twitch chat. If you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, we'll see your chat here as well. We'd love to let you know that we see you.
Heck yeah.
So today we're here to play some trivia. The game is Quiz Night America. Our format is a 4-round game where each of us put together our own round. We present it to you as the home audience. And while I have seen all of the questions, I will not play, but the other guests and Joe, our host, have not seen the questions, so they will get challenged by each other. If you'd like to play, you can tune in at qna.thetrivialist.com. Looks like most of you there already. But I've heard that people that just like to watch the show. I feel that works for me. You don't have to play. You can play along in your brain. But if you want to answer and see how you do, it is qna.thetrivialist.com. And here we go. We Denise, you do have some love over there. Team Denise.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Mark, for calling you out, but
All right. So here we go. The game is we're going to play on a software called Rizio that is built by my dear friend Murr out in Colorado. We got to meet him through all of this. The pandemic has allowed us to meet new people from all around the country and host events for people all around the country. It's been rough, but there have been fun opportunities that have come out of it, including being able to play trivia from the comfort of your desk or your office chair. You don't have to go to the bar. Sadly, the beer isn't there. You know, I guess it could be. It could be, depending on depending on if you stocked your refrigerator. I did not. It's water for me today. But feel free to have a drink. Okay, so let's check how many teams are signed up already. We have 19 players tonight. So if you have not signed up yet, please do so because we are going to start the quiz. As a reminder, I see some names in there that have played before. But for anybody playing on the answer sheet, just make sure that you hit submit after you put in your answer. That will lock it in. We've got short answer and multiple choice tonight, and best of luck to everybody. So the opening round is a round that I put together. I'm calling it, the round title is Don't Call It a Comeback. Don't call it a comeback. But it's about people that experienced loss and then, either came out a champion or, things along those lines. But so it's about loss and the comeback and success and things along those lines. We've got 8 questions for you. At Quiz Night America, the 8th question of every round is a 3-point question. So, there's always some movement that can be made if you're struggling early on in the round. Here we go. Let's get into the game. Where is the answer sheet again? Let me send that over to you. So in the Twitch chat, it is qna.thetrivialist.com. We've upgraded the software. You can now join at any time. So here we go. Joe, are you ready?
Born ready.
Denise? I feel Denise is the ringer here. Amy, how you feeling about trivia today?
I am bad at trivia. Let's go.
Bad at trivia. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're in the game. Let's move on to our first question. All right. Okay, here we are. So just making sure that everybody sees this. The question should now be up on your screen, and I'll read it for you. Portrayed by Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness, what real-life entrepreneur and stockbroker dealt with several losses early in life, including being homeless? All right. Does everybody see the question?
I do.
Yes.
I see it.
All right. Here we go. Now I will start the timer. I forgot we're on a slight delay, so I wanted to make sure that people are seeing the question and have the time to answer. Anybody feeling confident about this one?
No.
Extremely. I did see this movie.
I saw it too, but I don't remember it because it was in college and I was stoned.
Although this will be really embarrassing if I am wrong.
All right. Here we go. Your answer, 65% of it knew that it was Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner is the answer. Robert Neville is the character from I Am Legend. Mike Lowry is his character from Bad Boys. And Del Spooner, I can't remember. If the chat can remember where Del Spooner is from, that will do it. I see in the chat already I forgot to hit submit. Cry. So yes, please submit your answer. And there we go. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Don't call it a comeback. LeBron James is now a 4-time NBA champion, but it took him 3 tries before earning his first as a member of the 2012-2013 Miami Heat. What team did they beat in the finals that year? It is the same team James lost to in the playoffs in 2007. A little bit of revenge there. So I'm going to start the timer now.
This is one of those that's probably like extremely obvious, and I'm like, yes.
This was all gibberish to me.
I've heard of these teams once.
I don't know sports at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, with multiple choice.
I feel like
there's multiple choice, so maybe I'm
right. I was surprised.
Well, Amy, what did you go with?
I went with the first one, which was Mavericks.
Mavericks. So the Mavericks, he did not get revenge on the Mavericks, but that is one of the teams that LeBron lost to in his first one. It is another Texas team. It is the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs is the answer. Looks like 35% of the crowd got that one. But hey, Amy, 25% went to Mavericks. Denise, did you get that one?
Nope.
Hey!
And with one of the, I always love how they show the percentages. You're like, oh, how embarrassing. Who are those people?
Right?
It's me.
Well, it's when you're a 5%er, it's a little different than when you're a 25%er, though, right? I don't know. All right. Question 3 in our Don't Call It a Comeback round. After losing their spouse in 2015, what big name in tech wrote the book Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy? This is a multiple choice option. I realized I didn't provide the multiple choice options earlier, but we have Jack Dorsey, Larry Page, Sheryl Sandberg, or Marissa Mayer are your 4 options. The book is Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy.
All good things.
Yep. I'm like, I vaguely recognize this name. Let's click it.
One of these names, and I did not guess it.
Oh, Joe.
All right. Well, it's kind of a book question. Denise, do you know this one?
I did, yes.
Ooh.
She's I don't know, but I was controversial, but that Lean In.
Yeah.
Sheryl Sandberg was not
Sandberg.
It's pretty divisive, I would say. And everybody wants sales like that, so.
Well, 65% went for it. Jack Dorsey of Twitter, Larry Page of Google, Marissa Mayer, Yahoo. Nobody fell for that one, but 65% of the room getting Sheryl Sandberg. Here we are. Question number 4. Grover Cleveland won the 1888 presidential election after losing the presidency and the 1884 election to what 23rd president? Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, James A. Garfield, or Chester A. Arthur? Those are your 4 options. Who did he lose to in the 1884 election?
I used to have this book of all the presidents' faces, and it didn't do me any good. But I had it, and I can picture all of these 4 faces, but I don't know which order they came in.
If it just looks like I was mumbling, I was singing the song that sings all the presidents in order and tried to isolate the moment.
George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson.
Well, this was actually a different one. This was one that I used to study for Jeopardy by Jonathan Colton, it's called Washi at Jeffy. And it's all of the presidents in order, and the number of syllables is whether they had 1 or 2 terms.
Oh.
Is that the Jonathan Colton who wrote Still Alive from Portal and co-wrote the SpongeBob SquarePants musical?
One and the same.
Nice.
Excellent. Your answer to question number 4, Grover Cleveland lost the 1884 election to Benjamin Harrison, but then came back and won it in 1888. How are we doing thus far? I'm looking at the standings. Team Denise.
Oh God!
You and your
fans
fans.
because they all know
It is Rainbow Road, Denise a blue shell, the Blue Shells, Diego a blue shell, and another blue shell. All at the top of the standings.
Joe, this may remind you of a certain night at Gebhard's where the every team in Gebhard's was just a parody of the Blue Shells.
Yeah,
it was something else.
The cobalt clams.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there were so many good ones.
There was something, whatever shell is in Spanish, azul,
Yeah.
amongst others. It was pretty great.
You're like, get to the point in your
It
trivia
was pretty
career where get to the point where you're so like renowned that everybody hates you so much that they'll make a parody team of you.
Yeah, you can be the nicest people in the world, but if you win the local trivia every single week, there's going to be some people that don't like you.
You'll be held to pay.
Yeah. All right, question 5 in the Don't Call It a Comeback. Here we go. Stephen King's. We seem to ask a lot of Stephen King questions. I apologize for that. Stephen King's first novel was rejected an estimated 30 times, and the story goes that his wife had to fish out of the garbage to encourage him to keep trying. It is set in Maine in the town of Chamberlain and released in 1974. What was Stephen King's first published novel? Your options are The Body, Carrie, Pet Sematary, or The Stand. Those are your options. First published novel.
I think I know this one. I am thrilled.
I'll tell you from a behind the scenes
Watch
perspective,
me be wrong.
30 rejections is not that many. I always do. Jake Burley had 10. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I was in looking at authors with a lot of rejection. Those two came up, and I was trying to decide which one. And I don't think the hints really helps that much, but I guess you'd have to be a huge Stephen King fan to know the difference of the towns. And there are, I guess, multiple that happen in various ones. I don't know which other ones have happened in this particular town where the movie and the book Carrie take place. So your answer is Carrie.
I knew that one.
All right, Amy.
I'm on the board, guys.
Yes.
35% went for Pet Sematary. 60% did get Carrie. 5% chose not to participate, and nobody fell for the others.
Dang.
Here we go. Our next question. Bethany Hamilton is one of the great sports stories of dealing with a loss. But coming back, I think it would be by coming back. I should have checked that. So by coming back as a champion, what did she overcome? I gave you some options here. In triathlon, a car accident that resulted in being paralyzed from the waist down. In surfing, arm bitten off by a shark. In rock climbing, lost 3 fingers on her left hand. In gymnastics, competed despite a broken ankle and won Olympic gold. Those are your options. Bethany Hamilton overcame some bad grammar on my part. And what activity?
Nevertheless, she persisted. Did I? Oh. I've never been the person like submitting the answers because it's always our fearless leader, Mark, who is facilitating the Blue Shells trivia.
This is maybe not a great question, but do the Blue Shells use a blue pen? Is that a rule?
Back in the before times, not. We don't discriminate.
A long way ago. They do have a blue shell pin that they gave me.
Well,
yes, that's the one.
It's the one there. Where is yours? They gave it to you, Joe. Where is it?
It's somewhere. I can grab it. Everything's
Joe, why aren't you wearing it?
All right. The chat would like Joe to start distributing blue pens in the future. All right. Did anybody feel confident about this one?
No.
Maybe.
I did because she was profiled very often in 17 magazine when I was a teen.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, 90% felt confident as well. The arm bitten off by a shark. All right, question 7. Tom Brady has appeared in 10 Super Bowls. Tied for second most appearances is Mike Lodish, who lost 4 Super Bowls in a row with the Buffalo Bills before winning 2 Super Bowls in a row in 1997 and 1998 with what team? You've got 4 options. Those are the New England Patriots, the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, or the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, I'll look like I'm thinking really hard about this.
Oh, I'll genuinely look like
Is that your thinking face because you already got it, or your thinking face because you just don't care about sports?
Is Hail Mary a football term? Because I'm just
Yes, it is.
I'm
All right. Your answer there, 1997 and 1998, the championship team is the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos winning it there.
Almost that one.
So question number 8, again, this is a 3-point question. This one will not be multiple choice, so you will need to type it in your answer and then make sure you hit that submit button. So spelling, we basically, the software will kind of look at how you put your vowels together and kind of spell it out itself and then decide if it should give you the points or not. But I will also have the ability to override it. So I'll take a look at that. And just in case you get it really close and it marks you wrong, I'll make sure that you get the points for it. Here it is. Born in Chennai, India, what television personality wrote the memoir Love, Loss, and What We Eat, published in 2016? All right, I'll give you 20 seconds here. Born in Chennai, India, what television personality wrote the memoir Love, Loss, and What We Ate, published in 2016?
I like these book questions. Keep them coming.
Well, it's my last one, but I thought of you. I was like, what book questions can I put in this round? And they were all right. Let's see. Checking the timer. And Joe, did you get this one? Amy, it sounds like Denise is pretty confident on it.
No.
All right, Denise, the answer.
I hope it's Padma Lakshmi.
It is.
Hey.
It is. Padma Lakshmi is the answer. Right now it says that 30% of the crowd got it. Let me just take a look and make sure that you get credit for it.
I have come out on top with my
Excellent.
There you go. Denise is in the lead.
All right. Yeah. So Denise, 9 points for you. Rainbow Road have 9 points. The No Dimes from Team Joe, 9 points. So you got a little bit of got a rivalry going now. Team Joe, Team Denise, Team Amy though. You got some 6-pointers out there. Soups.
Heck yeah, Soups and Athena.
Yeah.
Carrying Team Amy.
Excellent. All right. So thus completes my round, the comeback round, dealing with loss and adversity and doing some fun things. Round number 2, this is Joe's round. Joe, I'll let you take it over from here. I told myself that I was going to do this display here when people were reading their round. I'll do it now. I forgot to do it for myself. So there you are, Joe. You're the main screen.
Hey.
It's you.
All righty. So yes, this round is called Random Musings of a Quarantine Prisoner.
Wow. This is inspired.
Yeah, actually, what did I actually put it in at? Oh, I
don't know.
So,
I don't see that.
So because we did when I loaded it up, I actually loaded it with last week. So it's called Title Drops. And it's really just the round, maybe the whole night should just be Cullen Drop the Ball. So Joe, again, the name of your round, I like it. I'm sorry that those playing on the answer sheet don't get to see it.
I'm sorry, no one.
Well, I will say it one more time. Random Musings of a Quarantine Prisoner.
That's
Excellent.
beautiful. This is poetry.
Yes, that will be a lot of people's books, I think.
Because there is no theme. It is the Random Musings of a Quarantine Prisoner. Yes. And Cullen, you'll be bringing up the questions on here?
I will, yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off with question number 1. I came up with this question because I recently beat Bayonetta 2 on Nintendo Switch, and it was amazing. And they have an awesome remix of a song called Moon River, which is a classic song that won an Academy Award for its usage in what film? You have to write it out. Once again, Moon River won an Academy Award for its... Oh, it's written as something else.
Wait,
Yeah,
for the actress or the movie?
Yes.
So we'll take both.
let's
Again,
take both.
this
It's
in
written
the Cullen drop the ball theme of the day. Cullen dropped the ball.
So yeah,
Joe provided 2, and so I took one question and one answer, and they don't match each other. So we will take what the question is asking for from the computer is the movie.
Okay.
So
I
yeah.
will say it one more time. The song Moon River won an Academy Award for its usage in what film?
Okay, so if I put the movie, it'll be correct.
Correct. If we put the movie, it'll be correct.
Yes. Put the movie, please.
That'd be a really weird looking response. Not a movie.
Yes. And I don't answer this.
All right. Here we go. In the chat, random musings of a player in near last place.
Ooh, that's basically me.
Speaking of which, since I did make a reference to video games just now, that was Ridley Aaron. Out of curiosity, is that a Metroid reference? If so, please say so.
All right. There we go. Joe, the movie. So people followed your voice and got it right.
Yes, the answer is Breakfast at Tiffany's. It was performed by Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
The wonderful, beautiful, amazing Audrey Hepburn. Another reason I came up with that was because I'm on this thing called Shelter in Cinema with some friends of mine, and they post movie polls. So they were ranking the best Academy Award nominated songs. Oh, it is a Metroid. Nice, Ridley Aaron. And I was offended that some people actually thought Chim Chim Cheree was better than Moon River. So I had to give some props to it here. Anyways.
They are good for extremely different reasons, I would say.
Yes, but Moon River is still better. I don't know. That's just me, though. All right, so we're moving on to question number 2. Actually, quick question. Who here got it right?
No.
No?
This is not a shock.
I love Oscar's trivia, and it's one of the places of useless knowledge that lives in my brain. So,
all right, nice. So let's move on to question 2. Question 2. I know I made a video game reference earlier, but I'm making another one here. Elden Ring is an upcoming video game being co-created by Dark Souls creator Hidetaka Miyazaki and this author, who is the creator of a series of fantasy novels. Is it A, J.K. Rowling, B, George R.R. Martin, C, Neil Gaiman, or D, Nalo Hopkinson?
I love a series of fantasy novels is not a very good hint, Joe.
That's why it's multiple choice.
I know. Almost forgot to submit.
The hint is Elden Ring.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Denise. Are you struggling with it? No. First place, Denise.
All right, let's see who got it. Did everyone submit their answers?
Oh,
Really?
60% got it right. George R.R. Martin is co-creating Elden Ring with Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of the Soulsborne series.
Yet another way to procrastinate the next Game of Thrones book. What?
I should have known. It's like, that book's still not coming out? Okay.
Right?
I think he gave up after the reaction.
I think he did.
It's just like, There's no good faith in this series anymore.
He
Moving
has,
on.
he has a lot of work to do, I think, to change it up. Anyway,
Wrangle something out of it.
yeah. All right. Next question, Joe, is coming at you.
Question 3. Regulars at my bar know that I often played songs by the band Jamiroquai, who is an acid jazz funk band from England. They were the third best-selling UK act of the 90s, behind Oasis and what famous pop group? Once again, Jamiroquai is an acid jazz funk band from England. They were the third best-selling UK act of the 90s, behind Oasis and what famous pop group?
They have a great band name.
Yeah,
That is fun to say.
Jamiroquai.
Yeah, very fun to
Jamiroquai.
say.
It's a mix of jamming and Iroquois, like the Iroquois.
Like the native. What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Heck yeah, that's really cool.
Let's see who got it. Time's up. The answer is Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
50%.
As a child of the 90s, I definitely should know. And I did.
Who here got that?
No.
Joe, you should stop asking.
Amy, what did you do?
Stop asking.
You said what?
I made this.
Yeah, Amy, what was your answer?
What did you answer?
I said ABBA.
Famously
Nice.
not British. Oh,
Yes.
Okay. I like it though. I'm all
Thank
about
you.
it is.
Question
I'm
4.
here to be
Question 4.
the.
I picked this one specifically for Denise and Amy because I know that Amy is an actor and
Oh my
Denise
god.
is a theater enthusiast.
Aha! Aha!
Multiple choice. Even though it existed beforehand, Miguel de Cervantes is considered one of the originators of the picaresque narrative with his seminal work Don Quixote, a brilliant novel that was adapted into what stage musical? Is it A, Man of La Mancha, B, Light in the Piazza, C, Avenue Q, or D, The Apple Tree? They have them in different order on here for some reason.
Yes, Cullen was.
They do. He said it was randomized.
It is randomized.
Trust the computer, Joe.
I can't put it in a specific order, but then that takes just a little extra work. And as anybody watching this can see, when it comes to putting in extra work tonight,
That's where I draw the
I
line.
do not blame you whatsoever.
Do you want to maybe ask if someone got it right?
Yes, did who got it right?
I got it right.
Amy,
Yes.
Yes. The answer was Man of La Mancha with the classic song The Impossible Dream.
Dreaming the impossible
Possible
dream.
We're dreaming
Yes.
the impossible dream of me possibly winning trivia tonight.
Yes, that is my impossible dream. If you have like a Shakespeare, a musical, or a Disney question, I got you. Otherwise, we're good
Amy, I
luck.
really hope that's what your round is, because those are some of my specialties.
Yeah,
Hey,
same here. That's why the sports round was really rough for the three of us.
it was so rough for me, man.
Sports-
You said dropping the ball, and I'm like, you dribbling? Like all of your questions are sports and dribbling.
I take offense that it was called the sports round.
Well, only because the trauma from seeing more than one sports question.
Yeah, that's
I know.
it.
My brain just like, oh, okay, no.
Yeah.
All right,
Well-
so question. Sorry, what?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, question number 5. Question 5 is another multiple choice question. The 63rd Grammy Awards were held 2 days ago and were hosted by comedian Trevor Noah, who hosted last year's Grammy Awards. Is it Donald Glover, Alicia Keys, Queen Latifah, or James Corden?
Tell you, I did not know the Grammys had a host ever. Probably, I would not know that because I have never watched the Grammys. So.
Oh. I know one of them didn't actually have a host one year. Was the Oscars?
The Oscars didn't, and guess what? It worked perfectly. It's almost-
There you go.
the host is an impediment.
Yeah. When you said this over, I thought the same thing. I was like, that did it happen? Was there?
Right?
Yeah.
I just remember things going very smoothly and there being very few off-color jokes.
And
Like,
48% of people got it. And it was Alicia Keys. She actually hosted it in 2019 as well.
Girl, you go, girl.
I know, right?
so
Love
talented.
that.
In the chat, those that did put the double answer on the Breakfast at Tiffany's question, you should have now received your points. I did a little rescore. So stop abusing me. No, you got your points. No, it's all friendly.
Poor show.
All right. So 48% got that one, Joe.
It's friendly here, unlike at Gebhardt's where it's a bloodbath
Right.
Oh.
every time.
I miss it. I miss it so.
Question number 6. Question number 6. Write in. You'll Be in My Heart from the Disney film Tarzan won an Academy Award for Phil Collins. This led to him being lampooned on what TV show by jealous creators that were snubbed for the same award? One more time. You'll Be in My Heart from the Disney film Tarzan won an Academy Award for Phil Collins. This led to him being lampooned on what TV show by jealous creators that were snubbed for the same award?
This was a fake out. I thought it was going to be a Disney question.
Yeah, she was.
I was like, Disney? Oh, something
Phil
not
Collins.
Disney.
Sorry.
He did not have to go so hard on that album, but he did. He did it.
He did it for us.
Yeah. Oh my god. And that's like
Oh,
The answer is South Park. The South Park creators were upset because Blame Canada lost to Phil Collins.
Blame
whom they both
Canada.
hate.
always blame Canada.
Oh man. How can you put those two in the same category?
So in the answers we had several. It looks like 4 people went for SNL. We had Family Guy, Mad TV, and just Late Night. Were the other options. But yeah, I think it's been a while since we've kept the crowd under 40%. So that was a solid question, Joe.
Wow.
Dakota, by the way, you are definitely friendly at Gebhardt's. We love you and Risky Quizness a lot. Just so you know. I was not talking about you. I was talking about the long-standing rivalry between Blue Shells and We Drink and We Know Things. All right, so moving on to question number 7. Question 7
Yeah. There we go.
is the Fender brand of guitars is most famous for what iconic electric guitar favored by Jimi Hendrix? Once again, the Fender brand of guitars is most famous for what iconic electric guitar favored by Jimi Hendrix? Is it the SG, the Stratocaster, the Flying V, or the Les Paul?
Gonna have to guess.
I always feel a little vindicated when you say you have to guess.
A sad thing is my point of reference for this is I'm pretty sure an episode of Pawn Star where they're like, I swear this is Jimmy's guitar, but I got it wrong. So
I got it right.
With the Stratocaster.
apparently,
I was about to say, Denise. I saw Denise a Blue Shell went with Les Paul.
I know nothing about guitars. So just
Les Paul was under the Gibson brand, which is the big rival to Fender.
Oh yes, see,
Ah.
an intelligent.
In fact, all the other 3 guitars are of the Gibson brand: FG, Flying V, and Les Paul.
Well,
Amy, did you get it?
I got it. I got it. I got it. Yeah. What's up?
I look like a noob. That's all.
When I was a teenager, I thought the SG had the coolest style, but nowadays I've gravitated towards the Strat. I just think it looks amazing. But yeah.
And recognize a guitar. I know what it looks like. That's as far as I dare go.
Alrighty, we are moving on to question number 8, the final question of this round of the round. Random Musings of a Quarantine Prisoner. Question number 8. Despite its media monopoly, the top 2 highest grossing media franchises are not owned by Disney. At number 1, we have Pokemon. And at number 2, we have what media franchise that adorns many kids' backpacks and lunchboxes? Once again, despite its media monopoly, the top 2 highest-grossing media franchises are not owned by Disney. At number 1, we have Pokemon, and at number 2, we have what media franchise that adorns many kids' backpacks and lunchboxes?
Cute. Oh, I totally blanking. No, it's too loud.
I'm just doing the good luck dance.
All right.
Do, do, do.
Yes. Yes. Pokemon is a $100 billion earner.
Oh, whoa.
And at number 2, Hello Kitty is an $82 billion.
I did. Wow. That was not even close to what I had no idea.
I am so annoyed because, like, the blue shells, we looked this up because we were, like, trying to prove a point to somebody about high-grossing franchises.
I think that was me.
It might have been you, and I totally blanked on it.
Everyone thought it had to be Marvel or Star Wars or something, but it's like, we got to remember, Pokemon has its hands in so many different markets that it just dominates.
That's a great-looking list, though, because you have, like, Pokemon, Hello Kitty, and then like Winnie the Pooh. He's up there. Yep. He's been around forever.
One time, my friend left a life-size Hello Kitty plush doll in my apartment for 6 months.
Oh my god!
Yep.
I think that they left it there for one day, and then you chose.
I just liked it a lot. Why not?
All right. Well, let's check the standings. That was the 3-point question. Some of the other answers, we had some go with Super Mario. A few teams went with SpongeBob SquarePants. One team went with Paw Patrol, the juggernaut Paw Patrol. And then one team went with JanSport. I think they think kids' backpacks. It's got to be JanSport. The billion-dollar media company JanSport.
All along,
no, I would have said something there. Similar. I would have cued in on kids' backpack, lunchbox. Anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might have crept in there for me. All right. So after 2 rounds, Team Denise, you have the top 5 teams. The standings are represented by you and your fans. But another Blue Shell and Diego Blue Shell are leading the way with 19 points through 2 rounds. Rainbow Road, the Blue Shells. Rainbow Road all alone in 3rd. Blue Shells, Martin Blue Shell, and the No Dimes all have 17 tied for 4. No Dimes representing Team Joe. 16 points, Team Joe, Risky Quizness. So we've got a little bit of a game. Joe, you can now jump back into the player chair. Because Denise is going to host this next round for us.
Oh my goodness!
So let's move Denise into the hot seat. Hello,
hey.
Denise. I was checking our time. I want to make sure we don't run too long tonight, but I wanted to see as we've had a lot of losses this year, but one of the very significant ones in the trivia world is losing Alex Trebek, and as a Jeopardy participant and as a Canadian and as just a citizen of this world, I wanted to maybe hear your story, your Jeopardy story, and maybe some good experiences from the show and all of that.
Yeah. I have I don't know if you can see it, but I have my cute little picture with me. So it's a pretty nice thing to have. Yeah, so I was really lucky. I had a pretty short journey to Jeopardy. I went to 2 in-person auditions and then I got a call after the second one. Some people go to like 10 or you have to wait years and years and years. So I was incredibly, incredibly fortunate that I got called so quickly. My episode aired at the end of 2019, December. I taped it a couple months beforehand. And it was it's a crazy whirlwind experience. Like the show itself takes like 15 or 20 minutes to tape. It like is almost as fast as it looks on TV. So you go, you show up and you play, and then it's like, okay, you're done. Go next. Yeah, spoiler, I did not win my episode of Jeopardy, but I did also run into a buzzsaw, a very, very powerful multi-day champion who just decimated every person who came into that green room that day. But she was very nice, and she will probably be in the next Tournament of Champions. So that was a consolation that, if you're going to lose to somebody who's, God level.
Yeah. True.
Do you feel that there was a missed opportunity during the greatest of all time in not having a female player? I think it was obviously there were three very standout players and they had an incredible resume. But I'm just curious. I was reading recently somebody just kind of talking about game shows in general and how they're so often Jeopardy is so often kind of they're anyway else. They're leading with the Ken Jennings of the worlds and all of that. Yeah, so as a female player, I'm curious.
Yeah, like the prototype Jeopardy champion, like you can kind of spot them a little bit, and like that greatest of all time tournament. I think that was kind of another level. I think you do see a lot of women who have really great success in the Tournament of Champions. And Jennifer, who was the champion who I ran into, I really hope, because she is qualifying very, very high up. Like one of the, I think she has like the second high streak after Jason Z, the guy who was just running through everybody and who everybody was very, very concerned that I would run into. And then I ran into another streaker. Like the greatest of all time, I think that was kind of like in its own league. Like that level of Jeopardy skill is like, there are only probably those 3 or 4 who could have possibly for that. So
well, I'll say this, you did better running into a streaker than I did last weekend.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I could see the second you said that, I could see the gears turning over there.
So I was like, I'm gonna make something of this.
All right, so Denise, you are a Canadian, and I understand that you have some trivia for us about all that. And this is an instance where I got the round name correct on the answer sheet. So Denise, take it from here.
Yeah, so welcome to my Canada round. I'm just waiting for something to pop up, I guess. Should it have popped up yet?
The round's questions are being disinfected, but the title is now up there.
How to disinfect.
I just realized, because when I emailed it to you, I did not put a title. But
I called it "Oh Canada, Denise's Home and Native Land."
That is like "Oh Canada" was exactly what I wrote, then deleted, and then sent to you, and then forgot to add back. But big part of my life is being from Canada, and I'm the kind of Canadian who always points out, "Hey, that person's Canadian. Did you know?" So got a little Canada trivia coming your way. So I'm just waiting for them to show up.
And then Sketch just yelled that that's disgusting. In the
a good throwback to Gebhard's. Okay, great. So yes, my home and native land. All right. So here we are at question 1. The late great Alex Trebek, host of Jeopardy, was born in Sudbury, Ontario, and later studied philosophy at what post-secondary institution in the nation's capital? Is it Ryerson University, Ottawa University, the University of Toronto, or the University of Ottawa? I like how I get to play my own round.
Routine or pudding.
It's just, it's like, oh, and I got them all wrong. Okay, I see the time is up. And your answer is the University of Ottawa. Ottawa University is in Kansas, which is a common misspelling, not the same place. And yes, Toronto is not the capital of Canada, but it is the capital of Ontario, which is very confusing. Great. All right, so 57%, you know your stuff. All right, this is going to be fun. Which of these oddly named places is not a real location in Canada? Flin Flon, Manitoba, Falls Creek, Newfoundland and Labrador, Big Beaver, Saskatchewan, or Stoners Bay, British Columbia?
Wow. I love that at least 3 of these are real.
That's the best part.
I'm going to all of them. Who wants a road trip after this?
Yeah. Trick question. They are all extremely real.
I can't even use my Canada knowledge.
It's just, which of these is unlikely? All right. We're out of time. Your correct answer is Stoners Bay, British Columbia. There is a real place called Stoner, British Columbia, but I made Stoners Bay up. Big
Oh,
Beaver.
that's just mean.
Flin Flon is real. And also, I thought too many people would know Dildo, Newfoundland, so I went with the much less obvious Balls Creek.
I'm just excited that Flin Flon is real.
It is very
That was my favorite one.
There's
Yeah.
so many incredibly named places in Canada. Oh, like there's all of it.
Flin Flon.
Wawa, Ontario. Oh gosh, I was going through the articles of like, ooh, some of these are. So some people might know Moose Jaw. I can't go with that one. So
Jaw, what?
I'm
I
glad.
gotta look at the Canada cities.
I'm glad that Flin Flon got a couple people. All right. I guess we can move on to question number 3. This is a true or false question. While Canada has no shortage of notable and prize-winning writers, Margaret Atwood is the country's only winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. True or false?
It's a 50-50 shot, Amy. Don't blow it.
Margaret.
This is a
Hey,
coin.
Amy,
And I
you're
have
supposed to keep the inner dialogue inside.
I know. Come on, Amy.
all of these. I'm going to look for all of these. All right. So,
Ugh, I blew it.
oh no! So that is false. While it is true that Canada only has one Nobel laureate for literature, it is the Venerable Alice Munro, not Margaret Atwood,
Oh.
unfortunately.
At least I was not. I was in the majority for that one. Most people got it wrong.
Gosh, they did. That's real sad.
Yeah.
Come on. That's the thing. Canadian literature. It's like there's the one person you've heard of. So
Yeah, true.
I could have gone way more, way more obscure, but I thought that was mean. Oh, okay. So question 4. In what year did Canada officially adopt the flag bearing the iconic, where is it behind me? Maple Leaf. The same year the Beatles kicked off their North American tour at Shea Stadium and the Houston's Astrodome was officially opened. Was it 1964, 1965, 1966, or 1967? All great years.
Yeah, so there's two things that you had back to back with true false, and I feel that probably 75-ish% of the time with NYC Trivia League the answer is true, and I think we definitely lean more towards C, but it's usually B or C. I think it's just when you write the question you want to. So I'm curious if you went false. So does that mean it's going to be A or D?
Well, it's randomized, so.
Well, yeah. What's up?
AB instead of BC.
These were in the order that I read.
Oh, so this is a good. This I actually took time to make sure that it would display in the right order.
Oh.
Well, Denise, you are a guest today. Joe is a co-host, so I feel that I needed to put the extra effort in for a guest that I would not have put in for a co-host.
That was much easier to give than I.
Right.
That year was 1965, and no, I did not know either of those things happened in 1965. I had to Google what happened in 1965.
Shea Stadium, 1965.
Not least, you wait for me one on 1964.
Yes. Yes. So yes, before that there was a couple other Britishy flags, and then they said no, we must have our own iconic flag. Yeah. All right. Question 5, which is a short answer. I know Joe will appreciate this one. Stratford, Ontario, and its iconic Shakespeare Festival were the inspiration behind the television series Slings and Arrows, where the fictional town and festival are named New Blank, after this man, one of the most famous actors of his day and star of Shakespeare's theater company, the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Oh my gosh. Do I get the actual guy who's watched the show?
You said Joe is going to like this, and he doesn't look like he's liking this.
This is a bit of an obscure Slings and Arrows question, but Joe is also the only person I've met in New York who's
No, look at the rage on his face.
He's so mad.
Oh no.
Oh, these are tough. I'm sorry.
Well,
I didn't expect them to be easy from you. I figured that you would give us a tough run.
Oh, okay. So
Oh.
0%. Okay. So
Nope,
that
I got
guy's, thank God. That guy's name was Richard Burbage. Yeah, famous for his day, I guess. And
I had to remember. I had
There's
to
a team
remember
that put-
a specific line from that show. Yeah,
we did have a team put Farquaad.
oh God,
Yes, Farquaad.
Good
So,
God.
I did like
those
that.
slaves to the
No
Festini
dimes is
wear
in
a new
first
burbage.
New. Oh man, great show. Can't find it anywhere. So sad. All right, we are at question 6. In the first novel of Lucy Maud Montgomery's Anne of Green Gables series, set on Prince Edward Island, Anne Shirley is mistakenly sent to live on a farm with Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, who wanted a boy to help out on their farm. Ugh. What is the relationship between Matthew and Marilla? Are they an aunt and a nephew, a mother and son, brother and sister, or a husband and wife? I put this one because the answer always surprises me. The person who is aware of but has not read these books.
Oh no.
Don't tell Canada.
I'll try, but me and Canada are like this.
I feel there really does need to be a hotline just to talk to Canada.
I've committed a sin.
I was like, Denise did not apologize today.
Oh, don't worry. I'm doing it every day. All right. Oh, that time is up. They are brother and sister. Many people know. Thank God. Yeah, for some reason this came up like on the internet and I realized I had forgotten and I thought that they were married, which would be weird. But alas.
But
All right.
alas, indeed.
Question 7. I'm sorry, I put sports on.
Sports!
Many athletes compete across disciplines and events, but Canadian Claire Hughes is the only person ever to have won multiple medals in both the Summer and Winter Olympic Games. What events did she participate and medal in? Softball and ice hockey, athletics and bobsleigh, cycling and speed skating, or cycling and bobsleigh? I do still root for Canada in the Olympics, even living down here. I can't not. Well, it's very hard because America loves to just air every terrible American athlete, even when they have no shot at winning.
Hey, I still root for the Sacramento Kings. So
They'll be like, all right, now in 15th place. Will they medal? The answer is no. Yes, the answer was cycling and speed skating, 2 sports that have very similar need for strong, powerful legs. Fantastic. She also competed in like 4 or 5. Like she competed in 1996 and then like 2012. It's wild. I could now. I can barely bike right now. Okay. And oh yes, question 8. The 3-point question. And I went to civics because I'm mean. Also, I didn't know that it would be a 3-point question. So, question 8. Canada as a Commonwealth realm is a sovereign state with Queen Elizabeth II as its monarch and head of state. What is the official title of the Queen's appointed representative in Canada who carries out her constitutional and ceremonial duties? Is it the Viceroy of Canada, the Sovereign Delegate of Canada, the Lieutenant Governor of Canada, or the Governor General of Canada? Who could it be?
I do not know.
Apparently, yeah, Queen Elizabeth doesn't have time to deal with the piddly Canadians. So she appoints someone to do it in her stead.
I just really like the word viceroy.
It is so great.
The viceroy.
And it's like vice-ren, too, if you're a queen. It's great.
Oh.
What a beautiful word.
Well, it makes sense. So, viceroy, kind of like vice president, viceroy, viceroyalty. Is that
Vice-
Oh,
And
that's
the
yes,
etymology?
so the Governor General is the correct answer, which is actually the Governor General is a viceroy of the Queen. So it's like a kind of
okay.
more specific title. So it's not that tricky, though. And most people apparently knew that, which is good stuff.
I just want to know if that's the etymology of viceroy, like vice
It is.
president, but viceroyalty. Yeah.
It's, wherever.
That would make sense to me. That sounds.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do. All right, and that is the end of my round.
Well done.
This
Fun
Hey.
round. Let's check the standings. Our top 8 teams at this point. We have 21 points for another blue shell and the blue shells. 22 points for Athena, and 22
Athena
points for
and
Soups.
Soups! Yes, Athena and
Team
Soups.
Jimi coming out.
23 points for Martin, a blue shell. Risky Quizness with 24. Denise, a blue shell, 24 points. The No Dimes, 25 points tied with Diego, a blue
No
shell.
Dimes was at the top for like 2 or 3 questions there.
What a redemption!
Scottish Soups wants some Scottish questions.
Answered all her own questions correctly.
All right.
Man.
That brings us to our final round of the day. It's a close game, Amy. No pressure here. Close game.
I know I'm so close to winning. Right here.
So, Amy, your round is about things that you have either talked about on your podcast or things that you like talking about on your podcast. So I am going to share in the chat. This is the thing with podcasts is there's like a million places that you can find them.
Yes.
So it's like go to your favorite podcast streaming platform. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share in the chat. I'm going to share your Instagram link because
Excellent.
we all like a few extra Instagrammer followers out there.
Of course.
In the chat is the Fess Up podcast. Please give it a listen, give it a follow, give it a subscribe.
I have to compliment you on your incredibly excellent punny podcast name. It's one of those man.
Heck
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We've had people our whole lives be like, hey, Fess Up. Wouldn't it be funny if you named your kid Connie so you could be Confess? Yeah, so we were like, we have to capitalize on this because everyone's making the jokes. So it's got to be our joke.
I mean, Denise, your name is Denise Page.
Yes, and I work.
That is good.
That is in fact my married name, but because it's I can't not take that name. It's
True.
I think that you and Amy should do a buddy cop series.
Yes, Fess and Page.
Fess and Page. This needs to happen.
I like this.
Amy, if you can't tell us about your podcast, I guess you did a bit with Joe, but maybe a favorite episode. How about a favorite episode, and then we'll get into this last round.
Man, I got a whole lot of favorite episodes, but because honestly, every single one makes me laugh. The most recent one we did is hilarious. It's called George Washington Jr. I also a favorite of mine is number 8. It's called Martioli, and it's because somewhere along the way, my sisters and I decided to just imagine what would happen if you turned Marty McFly into guacamole. And that's how the title came about, because Martioli, we were trying to find all the weird connections between Marty McFly and avocados. And that's what happened. We got to Martioli. On the podcast Instagram, you'll see a lovely depiction my sister Marissa did of what Martioli would look like. It's choice.
Episode 8, Martioli.
Episode 8,
I think you piqued some interest. I think I want to check out where that went.
Yeah. What the heck?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, Amy, I'll let you take it over. I'll queue up your questions, and we've got 8 questions to determine a winner today.
Amazing.
Diego, I'm coming.
Yes, my round is called Fess Up Favorites. It's all our favorite stuff. Funny things. Question number 1. It is no secret that the hosts of Fess Up have a fascination with Disney dads. In honor of this, which of the following names did Gaston mockingly call Belle's father in the 1991 Disney film Beauty and the Beast? Number 1, Madman Maurice. 2, Crazy Old Maurice. 3, Kooky Clayton. And 4, Senile Old Clayton.
Oh my god.
I'm still stuck on Martioli.
Martioli. The best part about this is like a little nod. People who listen to this show, I picked Clayton and Maurice as the names because we, in our podcast, ship them together. as just like it's a crack ship. It's a ship that shouldn't be, but we just love it.
That is
Clayton and Maurice, they're in love.
Maurice.
The answer is Crazy Old Maurice, and most people seem to know that one.
So if they're shipping them, is it Clay Reese?
It's Clay Reese. That is the name of episode number 1 of our podcast. Is Clay Reese. And also on our Instagram, you'll see a lovely fan art that a couple of people have done of Clay Reese. We accept all Clay Reese fan art.
We've got some Clay Reese shippers in the chat.
Yes, Clay Reese.
And also, yes, I agree. Disney questions, hooray! Keep them coming.
Yes,
my bread and butter.
You guys are gonna like these.
It was a secret that you had a fascination with Disney dads, but now I'm curious. Can you rank who's the number 1 Disney dad?
We do talk about this on the podcast too. Up there is Goofy is a god tier Disney dad. Also Mufasa. So many Disney dads that we love. Yes. Yep.
Goofy is a great.
Goofy is an incredible dad, and Max truly slept on him in a Goofy movie. So.
Yeah, he did not appreciate what he had there.
No, his dad is the best.
Oh no.
Get some Triton. I feel that Triton was.
Triton is not a good dad. He's right out.
Man. Max was a little too horny for his own good in that movie.
Triton is. He gets a little too angry. Too like. He's too kind of.
He had like 7 daughters. You should have figured it out by the end.
Right, you were on your last one, Triton. Come on, you messed up.
There's also one of the movies though where you're like, you know what? He sort of had a point because she was 16 years old, but
yes,
also did not go about it the right way.
Yeah, like you didn't have to destroy all her stuff.
Yeah,
like maybe say don't fall in love with this random dude, but don't destroy her entire collection of stuff.
Yeah. Where are you going to get 20 thingamabobs? Come on.
Yeah, she had 20, though. She did have
20.
Who cares?
Girl was hoarding.
All right, let's move to question number 2.
Question number 2. Back to the Future, a Fess-Up favorite, as we've discussed, introduced Marty McFly. The sequel, Back to the Future Part 2, introduced a new character trait for Marty, his hatred for being called what? This is a short answer. What did Marty McFly hate being called in Back to the Future Part 2?
The governor of Canada.
He did hate being called that.
Governor.
Didn't want that job.
Mostly because he wasn't from Canada. He was like, why are you guys saying that I'm from Canada? I'm not the governor. I'm from the past, guys.
You want to hear rap? No.
The answer was a chicken.
Oh.
Yes, he really hated being called chicken. And it was very weird because it was out of nowhere. That was not in the first movie at all. It was just introduced for the second movie.
You know, if you would have done a true or false that it was something a theme throughout the entire movie, I would have fallen for it. I think just in after seeing all 3, I felt that it had always been part of the original, the first, but I guess really, not.
No, they really did hammer home in the second and the third, but that first one, it was not it at all. His parents both were falling in love with him in the first one, but nobody was calling him a chicken.
Yeah.
Calls me chicken needles.
We're getting some ongoing argument in the Disney that Triton is anti-materialistic, which equals hip and modern.
Hip and modern.
He was just like, you can't be a hoarder.
And then Rapunzel's dad, what a sweetie.
Rapunzel's dad is... He was cool, actually. I will give you that. He just was absent for most of the film.
All right. Our third question in the Fess Up. Take it away.
Fess Up favorites. Question number 3. In Fess Up episode 7, we discussed Disney's The Jungle Book, specifically the character King Louie. Who voices the character of King Louie in the 2016 live-action remake? And fun fact, Fess Up episode 7 is called King Louie, a Villain. The whole episode we try to figure out if King Louie is a villain. I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's
just like trying to make trouble. He's just like mischief maker. He's
not
like,
I don't think he qualifies as a villain in the Disney canon.
No. If you look up Look up King Louis on Villains Wiki. We found out that it will call him a villain, though. But that's like you're seeking out the answer.
I will find the answer.
The answer is Christopher Walken, and 50% of people got that right. Hey.
The team that put Chris Walken, I am giving you the point, and then the team that just put Walken, you will get the point as well. The team that put Bill Murat. I know the T is close to the Y. I've had some typos today. I can't. There was a team that put a porn star's name in there. I won't read that.
Bill Murat is actually just a fusion of Bill Murray and the Pizza Rat of New York City fame.
Yes. Bill Murat.
Bill Murat.
All right.
Was
Question number 4. The 2005 movie Nanny McPhee is a frequent topic of conversation on Fess Up. What well-known actress plays the titular role? Bill Murat does.
It was not
actually.
Bill Murray.
No, not Bill Murray, just the Pizza Rat incarnation of Bill Murray. Now I'm imagining like a rat with Bill Murray's head on it.
It's like the sad thing is it's not a huge stretch in my imagination. I can see it.
The answer was Emma Thompson, and 45% of people got that right. Hey, she is pretty unrecognizable in this role for like 95% of the movie. So they go through a lot of prosthetics on that girl.
We had Joe. You put Emma, Joe, and I feel in this instance I can't give it to you.
No,
She's
that's
so
fine.
iconic.
I understand. I blanked on her last name. I kept on saying other Emmas. Last name.
He is the only Emma in my esteem, but yeah, that's
The only.
And then I just started thinking of the book by Jane Austen, and and then it turned into Clueless, and all of a sudden everything.
Are we sure it's not Bill Murray? I'm not sure. It could
Dakota,
be.
it is. He was Baloo. Bill Murray was Baloo in the Jungle Book, not King Louis.
Oh.
We cannot be sure that Bill Murray is not. In fact,
Bill Murat was Garfield too.
I am Bill Murray.
what was it? He was in that
Surprise.
because he thought it was a different. Like he
Coen
thought it was the
brothers.
Coen brothers, but it was like some guy named Coen. He's like, well, in retrospect, I should have known that the Coen brothers were not going to be making Garfield.
Oh no.
You're all Bill Murray on this blessed day. I like that.
Yes.
Poor guy. He made him millions of dollars voicing Garfield.
Question number 5. Fess Up has a recurring bit called What Two Are You? In the spirit of this bit, which actor has been cast as both Sebastian the Crab and Remy the Rat in 2 popular Disney-inspired musicals?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of which is famous for very recently being on TikTok and like inspired by TikTok. A sort of quarantine musical, if you will.
Oh my gosh, I cannot be on TikTok, but just because I can't handle my brain. But I did see like snippets of that, and I'm just like, the internet is
Right? The internet is undefeated.
It was just, it's a big, beautiful.
I got it wrong
Oh no.
because I had no idea who it was.
It's all good.
Saul Goodman. No.
Saul Goodman.
Final season's being
Yeah.
filmed.
All right.
The final season? I didn't realize it was the final season. Heck yeah.
Better Call
The
Saul.
answer was Titus Burgess. Yes. He's also known for being on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Such a good one.
Only 14% of people got that one right.
I knew that. I was so happy.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We love Titus Burgess on our show. We talk about
Oh
him
my
all the
God,
time.
he is amazing.
He is amazing. And I think he should play Ursula.
Oh, 100%.
He wants to play Ursula. Fess Up wants him to play Ursula. Come on, Disney. It's time.
He's one of those, like, he could play every role in that musical.
Oh, yes.
It would not
Absolutely.
it would be, in fact, superior.
Yeah, I would like them to make a Little Mermaid Broadway revival that's just a one-man Titus Burgess show.
Would pay to see it.
It would sell out every night.
And everyone in chat's like, oh. Who the hell is this?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Look him up. You will not regret it, guys. Watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Unbreakable. They allowed him.
Question number 6. In early drafts of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Fess-Up's favorite green Jedi Master Yoda was given a full name. What was going to be Yoda's first name? Grogu, Tito, Minch, or Yaddle?
Some good names there.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know.
I recognize one of these names, but I don't think they would have recycled it. I would hope not. I really hope.
Yeah, I had no idea, so I appreciate
I could not believe that this is a thing when it was discussed on our podcast of Fess Up. The answer is Minch.
God.
It is, who freaking knew that? That was weird. But yeah, it was Minch. I don't know why they wanted to do that, but that was almost his name. I'm glad they didn't. But on the podcast, we make fun of that and make a whole persona for like Mitch Yoda, who is actually like a country bumpkin version of Yoda. So like, hi there, I'm Mitch Yoda.
But you're like,
Force.
But he's gotta like talk like Yoda too. But he's like, oh,
Yeah.
like well, I don't. Oh, what does that even sound like? Well, Yoda.
Yeah, no, I was going to see where that went.
It would be like, Mitch Yoda, my name is.
Oh my God.
This is definitely a bit in the recurring Fess and Page episode.
We're bringing it back. 23 people got that right though, so good job, guys.
I'm amazed.
23 people thought they recycled Grogu.
Oh, 20%. I was like,
23 people.
Sorry, I did say 23 people. I did mean 23%.
the mustache. I feel we've not talked about the mustache, and the mustache got this question. So just want to make sure we give a shout out. I feel like if your trivia name is the mustache, you have some Star Wars knowledge.
I know who the mustache is. The mustache is my father. And it's because he has an incredible mustache.
There you
His
go.
nose is so great, he underlined it.
I've never heard that, and I will never
rival
forget
Tom Selleck's mustache. That is my father. He's like Bob's Burger, like Bob from Bob's Burgers, but as three-dimensional person.
it. All right.
Yep.
Well, welcome to the game, Mr. Mustache.
Heck yeah, Mr. Mustache.
Milestone.
Question number 7. In Fess Up, episode 12, we psychoanalyze a character from the hit Disney Channel television show Phineas and Ferb. What is the full name of Perry the Platypus's nemesis on that show? Who we do psychoanalyze.
I know this.
Yeah, the problem is going to be in the spelling, probably.
Oh, well, that's
I'm
good.
on it. Yeah, that's well.
Honestly, every name in Phineas and Ferb is spelled very weird, if I'm being honest.
I know Perry, and that's
it.
oh, tragic.
Yeah, I had a conversation about this show this morning with my 5-year-old, and he was wondering
really?
why Phineas and Ferb always seem to be the ones coming to the rescue, and that Perry the Platypus always gets captured. And he was like, he wants to be a special agent. He's really into all that, and he was like, why does the special agent always fail, and then the kids have to save him? I was like, I don't know. They just
Goes against. Oh.
Perry the Platypus saves himself, I would say.
from time to time, but he seems to
himself.
always get captured and tied up, and
We psychoanalyze them both on this, and we say he does it on purpose. They have like a therapist relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz is the correct answer.
somebody put
14%.
Dr. Edward Doofenshmirtz, and
I would say count it. They had the spirit.
They got the part that was the hard part.
The Doofenshmirtz is the hard part. If you can get Doofenshmirtz.
why Edward?
Schmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Like if I was typing and I was like, you know what, I'm going to put in Edward.
Mark might as well be Edward.
Do you know what the
Yeah.
strange thing is that, well, I did not put Edward, I put Edgar, but Edward was the first name that popped into my head, weirdly.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just
Everyone
something
has Twilight on the brain today.
Yeah. Well, my name is Cullen.
I say every day.
Hey, that you subliminally put that in everyone's head
Yeah.
just from existing. All right, question number 8, the final question for 3 points. The Fess girls are known for referencing the following 2 obscure quotes on the podcast: "Prince of the Land of Stench" and "Nothing, nothing, tra-la-la." Both quotes are from what 1986 cult classic film?
These are very difficult to be short answer. Oh my God.
I had to come with the heat because I knew a Jeopardy star was on here.
Yeah, and I would not want to come across these.
I purposefully made this one the 3-point question. So I was like, this is the
I know
hardest
this is
one.
wrong,
for
but I
sure.
truly have no good answer to this.
No idea.
I'm very curious.
It's a good
It's
answer.
the best movie ever.
5 teams went with The Princess Bride. One
Ooh,
team went
good-
with Goonies. One team went with Neverending Story. One team went with Shrek. But your answer?
Those were all great answers, but not quite it. The answer is The Labyrinth
Oh God.
with David Bowie. Both of these quotes were said by David Bowie's character, Jareth.
Yes.
Yes,
This
the
is one of those,
Goblin
like,
King.
Cultural linchpin things that I'm like never seen, but I'm aware of. And
You
clearly,
totally
it
should
failed me
watch
today.
it. It's very much worth watching. There are some absolute bops in there.
And if only for the pants. The pants.
If
alone.
only for the bulge, yeah. You can just say it. It's the bulge. Everyone knows it. It's
I love the
iconic.
bulge.
All right. I'm going to bring us into our post game show. We've got what apparently Team Cullen is crushing it. Thank you, Meglet. I think if we look down and see Team Cullen in the chat or in the standings, it's not looking great. But let's see the final standings here. We're going to move into our post game. Here we go. Where did it go? So yeah, on the post game, you should see our final standings. You should also our post game awards are not enabled. So you're like, what are you talking about, Cullen?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But our post game award today could be that tips are appreciated. We've got above the standings. There's a Venmo link and a credit card link. We at the Trivia List and our brand NYC Trivia League, we aim to offer trivia for free. And if you had a good time and you want to support the show, that's awesome. You can do it right there. You see in the chat, we sent the Fess Up Instagram link. Please go there and subscribe. And we're on social media as well, the Trivia List, and we're on YouTube. We're even trying out a little TikTok. Our TikTok handle is Triv Talk. It's I just don't know. I'm about to get 1 year. My birthday is on Sunday. And I'm asking myself if I should really spend any time on TikTok. So anyway, I'll post it. If everybody's just sitting around like, you know what, I just really want to subscribe to TikTok and just see what you're doing. There's a few Jason games. We're trying this little game. Check it out. Give us a follow and all of that. But our final standings. Let's check it out. Here we are. Finishing, where do we want to start? Let's start with, we have a team all alone in 10th place, the Blue Shells. The Blue Shells playing with Team Denise. Martin, a Blue Shell, and Mal, a Blue Shell, finished tied for 8th place with 26 points tonight. No Dimes, representing Team Joe, got 28 points. They tied with Denise, a Blue Shell. Congratulations, Denise. And another Blue Shell, 29 points. 4th place for Diego, a Blue Shell. And then look at them climbing. I think if you support the Fess Up podcast, Team Amy, Soups, and Athena, 30 points and 31 points. And Risky Quizness, Team Joe, 33 points. Blue Shells, I know that you all played as individuals tonight. We appreciate that. Maybe a little rivalry there with Risky Quizness coming back. Team Joe versus Team Denise. And Team Amy, we hope again,
Yes, of
Doing
course.
great here at Trivia. Well done. I would like to thank all of you that played along live. I would very much like to thank Denise and Amy for joining us as guests, and Joe taking Jason's seat this week. Really great to see you. And I'll leave Joe. If you have any final thoughts, some random bits of knowledge, let us know.
Random bits of knowledge. Knowledge. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dakota says we will see you at Gephardt someday with a smiley face.
I hope to see you there too someday. Amy and Denise, it was great seeing both of you.
Right to
As
see you.
always, Joe.
And this was so much fun.
It was so fun.
Amy, I'm definitely going to start checking out the Fess Up podcast. It sounds
I'm
like
going
all-
down that Disney Jazz rabbit hole.
Heck yeah. You must know
Also,
about the
see
Disney
the comments of Ridley Aaron. That made my day because Metroid is one of my favorite franchises. Just so you know.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you those that participated in the chat, kept it active, kept it fun, gave us some fun things to chat about. Yeah, join us again next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here. You found the link. You can do it again. On Wednesdays, we have the movie quiz with Chris Mann Nelson. It's a really fun game, particularly if you like movie wordplay. He does one every week and has a special guest on. It's the the final episode of their season. That's tmq.thetrivialist.com. And one last shout out to Bill Murrett. Bill Murrett.
He's like,
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining Quiz Night America. We hope to see you next week.
Thanks, guys.